Today we're fitting the new engine to the Caddy. So yeah, we're back at it again. We're putting the new TOURAN. Actually, I think it's a 2 litre TDI engine. I'm not actually sure. It would help if I knew what engine we was fitting. I think it is a 2 litre TDI engine. I will confirm that in a sec. I'll have a look. We're going to be putting the engine into the engine bay. As you can see there, we have put all the wiring in. We've put the fuse box back in. What else we've done? We've got all the wires into position. That's for the ECU. We have put the aircon set up in, so I need to order some new aircon pipes because I cut the other ones because I wasn't planning on putting aircon in, but I've cut this out, fitted this in so we can have aircon in this van. I'm going to be keeping this van, so it makes sense to. In the summer it does get pretty hot. I do a lot of motorway driving, so yeah, we'll get into it. I'm going to set the engine crane up now. We're going to be taking that engine. That was the old one, that's the knackered one. We're going to be taking that engine, sticking it in, and start sort of wiring it all in. We're going to start wiring it all up, and yeah, just sort of get the engine bay side of things done. We've not made too much progress inside the van. I think really all I've got to do is there's a few wires that also need to connect up. I need to put the steering column back in. I need to connect the wiring up to the fuel pump. So there's not massive amounts to do inside in order to get it running. I want to get the engine fitted, get it all wired up. There's going to be a few things that I'm not sure where they go, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So yeah, I'll get it set up. I'm going to do a bit of time lapse on this video of fitting the engine into the bay. So yeah, enjoy. Right, so we've got the engine in now, which you guys see because I did a time lapse of that. We've just started piping everything up, so we've connected these pipes here, connected up the pipes to the coolant tank. There's a pipe down below that we've piped up as well. We started running all the wiring across, piped that up there, wired that up there, runs up into that for the battery terminal. We've also put the gear linkage on, so we've connected that up, put the pipe on to the gearbox for the fluid. We've connected this up here, so we've just got a little bit more left to do in the engine bay. We've got to put the front end on, and then we're going to have to, we've got to put the window wiper back on there, and then we're sort of near enough done here. We've still got to put the exhaust on, we've got to pipe up, we've got to bolt up the drive shafts, put the exhaust on, and then what I want to do in the side is, come have a look, I'll show you. I've got my trusted assistant with me. We've got to put the steering column back on, and then we've got some wiring up to do in there. As you can see, all of that there still needs to be wired up. We've still got to reroute it to the back because it's a slightly different setup than the TOURAN. We've got to connect up to the fuel pump. But before we do inside, we just want to make sure that everything's wired up correctly in here. Once everything in here is correctly wired up, then we can focus on getting the steering column in, getting that all in, and then getting the fuel pump wired up, because before we start putting everything all back together, I want to turn it over, make sure that it does start. Just for safekeeping, I have deimmobilised the ECU, so hopefully there shouldn't be any problems when it comes to start. So it's going to be interesting. There's still loads to do, but a big milestone in this journey on doing this conversion is getting started, obviously. So once we've done that, then we can try and turn it over and see if it starts. Okay, so I haven't filmed what I have been doing so far just because I wanted to get a move on. I want to get this van started, so I've just been sort of, I don't know what last bit I filmed, but I've been putting all the wiring back together, connecting it all up. I'll just switch the camera around and show you what I'm doing at the moment. I've plugged the ECU in. I've got that ready for when we put the battery on. I've connected up the earth point there. Everything, as far as I know, is connected in there to where we need it to be. Now, the wiring is just temporary at the moment because I don't know if it's going to affect it, but I've had to put the earths on. I mean, there's one there, but I've just put them all there for now. So that all still needs to be done. Let me get in, show you where we're at. I've put the steering column back in, connected that all up. The clocks, the TOURAN clocks, I've put them in. The pedal's just loose at the moment. I just connected that to start it. I don't know if I need that or not. I had to change the brake pedal because it's got a sensor there. On the old one, it doesn't have that sensor. So that will plug in there, and I think that just sort of tells you when to light up the rear lights. So also all the wiring's been run down here. That goes in to the airbag control there. Now it's obviously a different setup to the TOURAN, so this needs to run in here somewhere where it's not going to interfere with the seat belt, so I need to look into that. Now I don't know, again, this might not be the right way, but there wasn't enough earth points, so what I've done is drilled a hole, grind it back and riveted that down there, there as well, and the same on the other side. So I've also run the fuel cable through to the fuel pump, so that's all now connected up, and there's still loads to do, but a big milestone for me will be to get this thing started, because then I know I'm not wasting my time and it's all been for something. So yeah, fingers crossed, but we're getting there. So today's video, obviously, we're just going to be focusing on getting it started. Yeah, and then once we know it starts, we can carry on with everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up, because I don't think we're that far off starting it now. I'm going to set the camera up, get that put into position. We still haven't put the exhaust in place, but we haven't had to go out and buy a new clamp because I over tightened the other one. So I got that from Euro Car Parts. Still got like drive shafts and stuff to put on. So yeah, that's not going to stop us from starting it. Let's get the camera set up and we're going to turn it over and see what happens. Fingers crossed. I'm actually lost for words. I'm honestly so. This is a huge achievement for me. I just wanted to like capture this moment because this has been something that I've had in here for months and months, since coming up to like a year. But I'm actually shaking, and not because it's cold. I just don't really know what to say. It's not just a case of an engine swap, a simple taking an engine out of one vehicle and putting it into another. It's changing everything, the whole engine loom, converting it to a turbo, to a 6-speed, It's got the TOURAN subframe on it. Biggest thing I've done by far in regards to working on motors, and yeah, it's all that, hearing that turnover has just made it all so much worthwhile. And you know, I got this van and I got a bit stitched over. My own fault for thinking it was too good to be true, you know, and we're here now. You know, we've I just honestly, I'm just going to take a moment and just take it in, because obviously I can't hang about too long. I've got to connect up the drive shafts, I've got to connect the exhaust up. Wow. Oh. Unbelievable. While I'm here, I'll just show you the new bonnet and bumper that we've had painted. So this was the old bonnet. As you can see, it's seen better days. Here we have the new bonnet. So that's all been painted, put back together. Here is that TOURAN bumper. Obviously there's still a lot more work to do. We've got to finish all the wiring, running it. Obviously it's a different setup at the back to the Caddy, so some of the wires are going to have to be extended, cut and so on. I'm able to do that, so that's not a problem. So we've still got to change this handbrake. It's the manky grey one. I'm going to stick the black one in, so that'll go with the interior and so on. But we've even got the TOURAN clocks in. Obviously this engine that's come out of this TOURAN was on 97,000. I think the shell is on like 160,000, so there's going to be a mileage discrepancy. But yeah, unbelievable. My nose keeps running, so it's freezing. It's absolutely freezing. Oh, I can't believe that. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video there. I think in the next video we're just gonna carry on getting the front end on, getting the wiring finished inside. That's going to be the most challenging part out of all this now, and even that's not too bad. So that's a nice thing to say, that you know, all we've got left really is to put it all back together. So yeah, it's crazy, but we got there. We're getting there. You know, we're not there yet. We're getting there very, very quickly, and I can't wait to get it done, because I've got so much more stuff that's waiting to come in. So the quicker I can get this done, the quicker I can scrap the TOURAN shell, the quicker I can get this out, have a clear up. I'm gonna have a bit of a switch around in here, move some stuff. I'll probably do a video on that when we get there. That's well ahead of time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for making it this far in the video. I do very much appreciate it. I will catch you very soon in the next one when we carry on putting together the Caddy van. Take care. Bye bye.